Wouldn't it be nice to predict the future, write about it, and be, for the most part, right? I'm sitting here with author Christopher Meyer. His new book comes out February 2012. It's called Standing on the Sun. Chris, tell me about what the title is, first of all.
Yeah, an MIT physicist said to me once that in order to see what he saw, Copernicus had to be standing on the sun to get the right perspective. So this is a book that tries to take that global perspective on how capitalism and the global economy are going to evolve. And the big change that requires taking a fresh look is that most of the growth in the world is coming not from the high-income, slow-growing, aging economies like the U.S., but the fast-growing, low-income, youthful economies like India, China, Brazil. And capitalists follow the money. If that's where the growth is and they play by different rules, then capitalism is going to shift to meet those rules.
And since healthcare is such a large part of many economies, that's got an important role in your book.
Absolutely. I interviewed Varun Sani in India. And Varun had been with, he was a private equity investor, then he was with the Acumen Fund, which does venture philanthropy, and he's since left, and he's going to start a fund that just says for-profit, non-profit. There is no bigger business opportunity in the world than providing health care to the 3 billion people who haven't been born yet, who are going to be born by 2050 in these poor countries.
What is your thought on where we're at with privacy issues and information sharing not really being as efficient as it should be?
Well, you look at healthcare, which has become more and more information intensive, whether you're talking about the individual's genome, databases of genetic databases, or all the information that drug companies have locked away because they're the results of failed research, and the information that all our medical instruments produce every day. And now you're in a world where information technology is changing faster than technology has ever changed before, and you don't see the healthcare industry keeping up. So imagine that a country, say India, say China, where healthcare privacy is not the fetish we make of it in the United States, able to take advantage of that information, learn from all that measurement, collect the databases, they could leapfrog the West in their ability to provide affordable healthcare based on information-intensive healthcare systems.
Is that your prediction?
It is, actually. It's half my prediction that it will go in that direction. But there is a second point, and that is in 1994, Walter Wriston, who built Citicorp into the first truly global financial institution, made a prediction. He wrote a book called The Twilight of Sovereignty, and he said that nations were not going to be the most influential entities anymore. Global businesses are. So companies like GE, and I was just in the Healthy Imagination session, are going to be able to see those things happening, and they will be vectors for moving innovations around the world. There'll be a handful of truly global companies that see this opportunity to observe what can happen when you're not bound by the same set of rules and take advantage of them globally. So I think it will start in places like China, but I think it will spread. Difference is it might spread to the private sector, those who buy their own health care in the United States, rather than the current kind of insured sector that we have.
So that's not really doing much for the majority of the people that don't have access to private care.
Not to begin with. To begin with, this will be one of those technologies that's available to the well-off, but then it will start to trickle down. Because the wonderful thing about information is every time you reuse it, it doesn't get used up. It's inexhaustible. So if whether in China or in India or Turkey or some combination, pulled together by private companies that see a profit opportunity, we'll get this very low-cost ability to better manage your health. And an analogy might be Quicken, where people started taking control of their own financial data. It doesn't cost a lot of money to buy, for a person with a PC, to buy that software. But now you have a lot better chance to know what's happening to you, to forecast the future, to take actions when you need to.
To really be engaged.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, Chris Myers, thank you so much. Good luck with the book.
Thanks. Pleasure to be here.
The book, again, is Standing on the Sun. Look for it February 2012. I'm Abel Jong.